So I think digital night vision is extremely misunderstood. Let me tell you why. Today we are talking about the dual setup of NVG 30s from Good Nite Gear. So I've had the NVG 30, just one of them in my possession for probably about 3 months now, 2-3 months. And I made a video on that previously. You can go check it out if you're interested. And this is specifically going to be more talking about the actual dual setup and the experience with that. Overall, little spark notes here. I love the NVG 30. I think it's fantastic, especially for the price. Basically what it is a digital night vision system that gets you kind of into the game for around 600 Canadian dollars. It's definitely not a replacement for analog, more traditional night vision, but it is kind of a cool thing that you can experiment with and a good tool to have at your disposal, especially if you don't want to spend $3 grand. So if you're wanting something that's just as good as analog night vision, unfortunately, this ain't it, chief, but the price does reflect that. And ultimately, I think what you're getting for the price with these bad boys is about 80% of the experience that you would get with analog night vision for like a quarter of the price. But today we are talking about the dual setup. What's the experience like running two of these? As soon as I tried the first one and had the good experience that I did, I had to know what's it like with two. So to try this out recently, a few friends of mine and myself, we went up to a buddy's cottage. It's kind of next to a trailer park, and we went for a late night walk through the trailer park, and I pretty much tried to go the whole time wearing my dual nod setup. Thankfully, I'm familiar enough with the campground, and I also had like 5 guys with me that were kind of around me, so I could kind of keep my eyes on them and have my whereabouts there. But if I was by myself in a completely new area, I would have had to take it a lot slower. And of course, the other guys didn't have night vision, so they're just walking at a normal pace. But it was definitely a good experience, I think, to be able to understand the limitations of this device. It's certainly not the best navigation tool of all time. Can you do it? Absolutely. And you can see very well. I was seeing lots of things that the other guys weren't able to see. But yeah, ultimately it just takes some getting used to. Just something to be aware of, and definitely a limitation of budget digital at this point. Overall, the experience with two is just a lot more immersive. Your field of view is drastically increased, and you can definitely tell depth a lot easier as well. But again, I think this device is just super misunderstood. I think a lot of people are wanting this device to be the replacement for Gen 3 tubes. And it's just not. It's just not gonna be that. But what it is an incredibly fun device. And dude, it's so fun to bring out with my friends. They had a blast trying this out. It's really fun being able to share it with friends and seeing their experience and the reaction to trying it for the first time. I think a lot of my friends didn't even know night vision was a thing and it existed. And being able to show them this, it's a pretty impressive unit, and it blew their minds. Absolutely knocked their socks off. So is it going to impress, a Navy SEAL that's had 1,000 hours under panos? Probably not. But for the average folk like you and me who just want something cool, something fun to play around with, go for a hike with the boys, go stargazing. Stargazing's super cool with these. Running the two is just that extra little icing on the cake that just makes it really, really fun to explore and yeah, see what you can spot while you're out there. So Good Nite Gear supplied the dual bridge mount here. This is kind of the cheaper one. You can get one that mounts up with the Wilcox mounts, which I would recommend. More on that later. But they did send this mount over, and then I just connected my previous NVG 30 with a new one that they sent along as well. So overall, it's pretty cool. Definitely, I think the weakest point of this system is the mount. I just feel like the mount is pretty basic, and I mean, it's cheap, so that's kind of the plus side of it. You can't expect a lot from it, and if you, again, want to upgrade to that more expensive Wilcox version, you can definitely do that, and I would probably recommend that if you've got the extra coin. And also on my rifle, I've got the GL4 Pro from Defense Distributors. And so that makes aiming down sights and whatnot so much easier because with the built-in IR illuminator, you're getting a lot of IR like backsplash from your lenses, like a reflection on your lenses of your optics back at you. So you can't really see your reticles. So that definitely helps with that as well. But again, ultimately, I just think this is a super fun device to have. For most people, one is gonna be plenty. You're gonna have a blast with just one of these. It was actually really fun having two though, to be able to hand off to two different people and they can both, oh, can you see that over there? Oh, can you see that? And just, you know, it's fun when people can see what you're seeing as well. And it just makes the whole experience so much better. So yeah, if you are interested in picking up one of these units, you can click on the link down in the description below. It will take you right to Good Nite Gear's website. And I do get a little bit of a kickback from any purchase that you make, so I appreciate that. Ultimately, super duper impressed with these units. I think digital's come a long ways, and I'm excited to see where it's gonna go in the future as well. I know Good Nite Gear just posted a new video of like a $2,000 digital setup, and it looks incredibly impressive. So who knows where the future will go with these bad boys, but yeah, I'm super excited about it, and I feel super blessed to have two of these things in my possession. So thank you to Good Nite Gear for sending those over. I really do appreciate it. But that's about it for me, you guys. We will see you in the next one. Stay awesome. Peace.